Okay, so we're in Cambodia now. We've arrived after 4 days of travel. Well, make it one day, but it seems like 4 days because we've had to spend the last 2-3 days working around a flooded town. Siem Reap has been completely flooded. The river was overflowing where we were staying, the water's up to our waist at times. And then obviously carrying suitcases around that you can't exactly strap to your back. Takes a bit of a mission to get around. So it was fun in games. We've kind of survived. We've had a fantastic time here at this little resort that we've been staying at. We've managed to spend some time just relaxing, recuperating a bit, finishing off the whole lot of work that we've had to have done. And now we kind of actually can enjoy it a bit. I think what's the striking kind of input that we've had so far from being in Cambodia is that it's a lot different to Thailand in some aspects. It seems a little bit more desperate. People are kind of more desperate to get you to part with money. They're constantly on you, asking you to take you somewhere. It just feels a little bit more desperate than Thailand. But this has been only the first week, and this is a tourist center, so we'll see how it kind of develops from there. And also, I think what's really struck me about what's the last 4 days, traveling so hard and to deal with the floods, etc., is that as a couple, I think we've become a little bit closer than what we were. I mean, they say adversity makes you stronger, and I think that definitely is applied to us in this case. We definitely a lot more gelled, working together, traveling together. Even though it's tough, we kind of support each other, which is huge. A huge thing that you need when you're traveling. And I think we're really starting to kind of get into the flow of each other's, the way we work together, the way we kind of travel together.
It has been a really tough 2 weeks, and by far most difficult yet. I left for Vienna a little under 2 weeks ago for a 4-day conference there, the Novo Nordisk Diabetes Media Conference, which was fascinating. But 10-hour flight there, so 14 hours in transit, a 5-hour time difference, so crazy jet lag. And then just as my body was beginning to catch up, all the way back here to Southeast Asia and jet lag the other way. Then we thought we'd have 2 days to catch our breath. Turned out we only had one before we had to head to Cambodia, a trip that was by far our most hectic day ever. You can read about it on the blog. It was hectic, I promise. And then we got here and everything was flooded. So it's been like we keep waiting to arrive somewhere where we can relax, and now at last today we have. This has been our first proper rest day of not doing anything and just catching up with sleep and kind of replenishing our bodies a little, because I've been exhausted the last couple of days, and my blood sugar's been higher than it should. Not dangerously high, but too high for me. I like to remain as stable as possible, and the problem is that there's so many options of what it could be. It could be exhaustion or jet lag or a new country, new temperature, new food. We've just started taking malaria tablets. It could be that, or it could be my insulin. And after crossing out all the other options, I realized this morning that it was actually my insulin, which is very frustrating. So I swapped out and got a new one, and I'm feeling a lot better already. But I've been tired, really tired. And what I realized is that it doesn't matter how fascinating a new culture is or how excited you are to be in a new country. When you're tired, you can only take in a tiny little bit of it before you need to retreat and replenish and catch your breath.